The trap of collecting spiritual knowledge without doing anything with it is one of the quietest forms of self-deception. You can know 1,000 truths and still live as if you knew none. Hello Enlightenment Seekers, this is Finding Enlightenment with Jay, and as you may have guessed, I'm Jay. Today we're unpacking a subtle but powerful problem, when spiritual learning becomes a hobby instead of a practice. We'll explore why this happens and what it costs us in our communities, and most importantly, how to turn knowing into becoming. There's a difference between technical knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Technical knowledge tells you how to fix a car. Spiritual knowledge reshapes how you show up in the world. Spiritual insight changes perception, intention, and behavior. When spiritual teachings stay in your head, they become ornaments. When they move into your soul, they become wisdom. People collect spiritual teachings for many reasons. Some are noble, such as curiosity and longing, and drive us toward meaning. But other motives are less obvious, like status, certainty, and the avoidance of vulnerability can turn teachings into trophies. 3 dynamics make this trap sticky. The first one is intellectualization, which is admiring ideas from a safe distance. The second one is identity formation, which is using teachings as moral credentials. And the last one is deferred practice, which is promising to start later and never actually starting. Personally, I've gone through a time of collecting lots of knowledge and finding it very hard to put it into actual practice. I still have a list of things that I need to do daily, but I hardly ever get around to doing them. When knowledge outpaces practice, the costs are real. On a personal level, it creates cognitive dissonance and moral fatigue. You may speak compassionately and even act defensively. But over time, your integrity will erode and your cynicism about the topic will grow. Socially, the damage will spread. Communities will lose credibility when words outpace your deeds. Teachings can be weaponized to control and justify, and there is an unspoken harm that happens. When knowledge becomes theoretical, compassion stalls, and suffering stays abstract. Escaping the trap is going to be practical work. Here are 7 pathways that actually translate insight into lived change. Prioritize small, consistent practices. Pick one modest habit and do it daily. 10 minutes of attention or one small act of generosity builds muscle. You will need to anchor learning in concrete context. Apply a teaching to a specific person or situation this week. Test your idea where it matters. Cultivate accountability. You will need to find a partner or a group that will notice your attempts and give honest feedback. Now this is an important one. You'll need to embrace failure as data. When you fail, ask what triggered you. You will need to use that answer to refine your practice. Integrate reflection with action. After you study, write one insight and one concrete action, and then do that action within 24 hours. Reframe knowledge as a tool instead of an identity. Say things like, I am practicing patience, rather than I'm a patient person. Practice will invite experimentation. Serve others. Service is the crucible. Teachings either hold up or reveal their limits when you use them to help someone else. If you want to test this, try a 7-day experiment. Choose one small practice and commit to it for 7 days. You'll need to anchor it to a real situation. You will need to tell one person you'll do it, and then ask them to check in. At the end of the week, you'll need to write one paragraph about what changed. The trap of collecting spiritual knowledge without doing anything with it is not a moral failing. It's a structural tendency of our information age. The remedy is not to stop learning, but it is to reorient learning towards practice. Knowledge becomes wisdom when it changes how we see, speak, and act. Let what you learn shape the next thing you do. If this resonated with you, try the 7-day challenge and let me know how it goes in the comments. If you want more practical knowledge, like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell. Share this video with someone that loves spiritual books, but struggles to practice what they teach. Namaste, and let's keep finding enlightenment together.